Question of the day. What is your favorite investigatory game? I don't know if that's the right adjective for that, but I think so. Investigatory journalism, whatever. What's your favorite game in which you investigate something? Could it be classic, The Clue, the famous mass market game that still holds up to this day? Fight me on that, I dare you. It does. It's just good. Is it Time Stories, right? Those were phenomenal for a while. Is it Chronicles of Crime or Detective or one of these? Let me know in the comments below. What is your favorite investigative game in which you're investigating a murder, a theft, excuse me. You're investigating something to find a culprit and you have to solve it. Maybe it's the classic, the Sherlock Holmes one, the Mythos Tales, and then Consulting Detective. Is it one of those? Let me know in the comments below, because this is a genre of game that is more like an experience than a game, even though it's a game. So let's take a look right now at Crime Zoom, a new series from Lucky Duck Games right now. All right, so admittedly I can't show you very much, but this is the main scenario laid out right here. You get the setup card, so nothing that you're seeing here is a spoiler. And what you're going to do, and I will tell you, I'm going to turn over some of these cards, and I will give you fair warning when I do. I'm not going to do a full spoiler-free section because it's just not necessary for this, because it's a little different than what you're thinking necessarily. So there are things here. You're looking at this scene, and everything has some sort of unique item or interesting thing to look at. And the way you investigate is you'll pick up a card and turn it over. So, for instance, I may see. Let's choose a rather innocuous one here. Okay, so let me go with this one right here. Let me look at it. All right, I'm gonna turn over a card. If you don't want to look, don't look. Don't want to look, don't look. I'll give you a few seconds. Okay. I'll tell you when you can look again. So it'll say something like this. I'm not even going to read it out loud. But you see that? Now that's a funny example. You see how it zooms in? So there's the picture, and then vroom, zoom in. Now let's do one more that's something not like that. Okay, I'm going to turn over another one. Don't look. Don't look if you don't want to look. I'm going to turn over this one here. So this is what you're seeing on the front side. The back side, just zooming in. And see now what it says is it tells you to go towards a different space. And what you do is you'll go to the rest of the cards over here, the lead deck, at which point you'll find that number, so 18 for that matter, and then you will go in there and find what it is, read it, and follow it further. You're then going to keep doing this, turning over cards and looking at them one at a time, following leads and investigating and matching stuff up and doing all sorts of things until you think you know the answers, at which point you'll go to the book, read the questions, and then find out how right you were. That's how you play. I mean, there's more to it than that, obviously, but I can't show you. So that's Crime Zoom. Now this one that I'm showing you is his last card, is the one we have. Now I've got another one over there. It's a Bird of Ill Omen. This is an interesting concept, okay? First of all, let's talk about presentation. The game looks good, obviously. The scenes are nice. It's very pleasing to look at. Obviously the art and all these are good. But again, you're dealing with flat cards. But what makes it cool is they make a tableau. And the tableau itself is important. You're zooming in on these images. It feels a lot like those old school point and click games, which is pretty awesome. Now let's talk, do we like the game? Because at the end of the day, I can't talk too much about this story, right? But I can talk about the systems of the game and as far as how, if this is something I'm going to pursue as they come out. Yes, 100%. I really, really like this system, and here's why. I texted Tom about this, and this reminds me of a cross between Time Stories, Chronicles of Crime, slimmed down a little bit. And the reason is, I love the fact that you're picking up the cards and investigating further. If you see something, you can check it out and go, oh, what about this? Or maybe there's a card that has to do with this. Or maybe, I wonder if that's important. Like little things like that are pretty awesome. And it gets further. The more little hidden things you see and all sorts of stuff in it. This one's pretty basic though. I mean, it's following leads and doing that kind of stuff. But I love the way the tableau is laid out, and then as you start to uncover the story, you paint the picture better and better in your mind. And of course, at the end of it, you're still going to miss a couple things, but it's a blast. This system is really cool, and I can see it being very, very, very popular moving forward, especially if they do more of the kind of the hidden stuff like it shows in the rule book. I love how this plays. I love that it's a game you can play with multiple people, bounce ideas off each other. What do you want to do next? It feels like that genre of games, like Detective, like Time Stories, like there's another couple that are big like that, Chronicles of Crime, that's distilled down into it's a cross between Chronicles of Crime, Time Stories, and Unlock or Exit or one of those, and which is great because it still gets the feeling of we're doing something, we're solving something, without this massive play space or time investment. It's about an hour to play, and I really love that. This is a phenomenal series, and I think this is going to be right up there with the exit games, the unlock games, the Deckscape, all of those kind of, one-shot games that have come out lately. But because this one's an investigation and not an escape room, it's something different. You're doing like, consulting detective, but in a one-shot, one-bite mystery. And the way it works with those laid out cards is so cool. And then things like matching fingerprints is a blast. Like, that is just so cool to me, to literally look and go, hey, those do look like the same fingerprint, kind of, or things like that. All the different forensics things you can do. So I can't wait to see what comes of this. There's a lot of meat on the bone that could be here from these games, so I'm excited about Crime Zoom. So I'm sorry I couldn't show you a ton of it because you didn't want that for spoilers. Obviously, I wouldn't want to do that to you for spoilers, but I did show the main layout of the main scene. It was just not a spoiler. There's pictures of that in the game book, and if you didn't want to look too close, you can look later. So I'm Bryan Drake here on the Dice Tower. Make sure to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, etc. at Dice Tower Bryan. Until next time, we'll see you.